Hey guys, we're actually walking to Ausable Chasm from the campground. It's very close by, right across the road from the campground, which works out nice. So we're going to do a tour of the Ausable Chasm itself, which has some rafting and a bunch of hiking trails, all sorts of stuff that we're going to put on here on video. So I'm hoping that you guys will enjoy it. You're going to have some fun today, Sanaya?
Yeah, boy.
Yes, there we go. Yeah, we're going to have some fun today. Hello fellow travelers, this is Sheldon and Tara, your 518 travelers, coming to you from beautiful Ausable, New York, which is way more than a stone's throw north of the capital of Albany. And Tara and I want to thank you for checking out our channel and for watching this vlog. Hi fellow travelers, this is Sheldon and Tara. We are packing up to go to a place called Ausable Chasm, which is up north in the Adirondacks, about 2 hours from Cohoes. Getting up near Plattsburgh, New York, which is not that far from the Canadian border. And we're going to Ausable Chasm Campground. We're going to stay there. And there's a place called Ausable Chasm, which has boat rides and zip lines and all sorts of different stuff there that we're going to do the tour of. So it looks like an amazing place. We've watched videos on it. And it really, really looks like it's going to be fun. We're going to take our one granddaughter, Sanaya, with us camping this weekend. We're leaving today. It's Friday. And we're going to go and stay there till Sunday. So tomorrow, it's supposed to be beautiful weather. It's supposed to be like 82 degrees. So we should have a beautiful day for tomorrow for all this stuff, because we're going to get wet. There's some water stuff there as well. But I'll put a link down in the description of the video so you guys can see what Ausable Chasm is. And I hope that you do enjoy it. And again, every time we put these videos up, we want to do things to make sure that you guys can see what we're doing, and you can decide whether or not you want to do them. We enjoy doing this. We enjoy traveling, like we've said many times on our videos. And so again, if we can get you guys to go to some of these places that we've seen that looks like it'll be fun, then that's all we're aiming at to do with these videos. We had about 2 nights worth of wood left over from prior camping trips this summer. We went to places like Moose Hillock, and we went to Saratoga Escapes. We went to Deer Run and another place that the name of it escapes me right now, but I'm loading the truck up right now, so we have wood. We shouldn't have to buy any for the 2 nights that we're staying at Ausable Campground. So I'm putting our spare RV battery into the RV, fully charged. The other one's all fully charged. We have to put our camper, unfortunately, in the street in order to get it out, because I don't know if you can see that, but our driveway has a lip on the end of it, and unfortunately the camper hits. So we have to use a different hitch to get it out of the driveway, and then once we get it on here, we have an E2 hitch that is for sways, and I have to hook that up. So unfortunately, the way we have things in this house, that lip right there causes us some aggravation to get the camper out, but it is what it is. We plan on selling the house in the spring. Our son Jordan, he's a senior, but he's taking all college classes this fall at Hudson Valley Community College to get himself ahead on his college studies. Right now he has 31 college credits, and when he graduates this year, he'll have 60, and he wants to be a gym teacher, which makes me happy, even though I'm a social studies teacher, but a teacher nevertheless, so we're very proud of that. But like I said, I'm putting our extra battery in the camper so we have it in case something happens to our other one. So we have two batteries all hooked up in here. They're not in a series right now. That's stuff that I definitely want to get to. This camper is solar ready. It's got a solar ready port right over here. So I just haven't been able to get to getting pieces for that. But you can see the solar ready port is right there. That's ready to go. So I just got to get around to it. I do so much. I ref basketball games, and I umpire girls softball games. I teach. and I'm doing girls volleyball training right now, so I can do that for high school. So like, I'm just really so busy that when I can get to things I do. I got a Mustang I'm going to do work on as well. I got some modifications in the house that I'm going to put on when I get back from this little weekend trip that we're taking. So I just have to find time. I did teach summer school for a couple weeks this summer, but we went to Florida for 10 days. So we've done a lot of camping. We've put stuff on here, so we've just been ultra busy. So again, it's going to calm down for the next 2 weeks before I go back to school. And I'm going to do some work on my Mustang and possibly get to some of this camper stuff. So we got the camper out into the street, like I already put a video on. I threw wood back there. We're grabbing some other stuff. It's never ending, huh, baby? Never. We're getting food and drinks, and I don't know if we got to have some dishes or whatever we got to have. But when you go camping, it's never ending. Unless you have a seasonal, which we talked about before. We're possibly looking at one to make it much easier. But again, we still want to travel anyways. That's not going to change anything. But yeah, so we're getting the food and provisions all loaded up now. In order to get to Ausable Chasm, you have to go north of Interstate 87. It's about 135 miles north of Cohoes, New York, where we live. It's 10 or 15 miles south of Plattsburgh, and Plattsburgh is very close to the Canadian border, so we're going way up north. Interstate 87 is extremely beautiful. I've driven this thing probably 1,000 times at least. I'm originally from this area up in the Adirondacks, and being up near Albany, it's just a short little jaunt up to get into the Adirondack Park. But I'm willing to opine that the Adirondack Mountains is just as beautiful and has as much to offer as any other mountain chain in the United States. I'm talking about, it rivals the Green Mountains of Vermont, the Appalachian Mountains, the Great Smoky Mountains, the Rockies. Any mountain chain that you want to throw out there, I'm willing to bet that it rivals any of that. There's plenty to do. The wildlife up here, it's just extremely beautiful up here. If anybody has any comments attesting to that fact of the beauty of the Adirondack Mountains, I would certainly love to see them in the comments section. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the scenic beauty that I'm about to show you on this part of the video. And one other thing, in 1967, the stretch of Interstate 87 that runs right along Lake George was voted as America's most scenic new highway by Parade magazine, so it has been actually nationally recognized. A little over 2 hours later, we pulled into the campsite, and it was really cool because when we looked across the street, there was the chasm, so we figured we'd walk over in the morning. We got the camper unhooked, and Tara decided to make dinner. She threw some burgers on the Blackstone, and as you've seen in prior videos, Tara loves the Blackstone. Babe, what are we cooking for dinner?
Burgers.
Burgers. What kind?
Nice and easy.
What kind of?
And turkey burger.
Oh, you having a turkey burger?
Yeah.
What kind of seasonings and stuff do you put on those?
Garlic sauce, or garlic powder and minced onion.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's all right. It's a nice little dinner since we got here today. Nobody wants to go out of their way to cook after. It's hard to break camp. Takes forever.
No, and Velveeta shells, because everybody likes Velveeta shells, but me.
But you? Yeah, I love Velveeta shells. Yeah, so that'd be a good dinner. The campsite itself was just okay. There were very few amenities. The pool itself was very small, and for the amount of kids and families that they would put in there at one time, it's just not big enough. There's a very small play area for the kids, with swings and slides and stuff like that. But again, it's very small. It's just not big enough. Our campsite was rather large, but most of the campsites, as you'll see when we pan around, especially down the hill, are very close together with very few trees or bushes or anything like that in between them for privacy. And again, here's the pool and the play area. It's very small. But overall, it is a decent campsite. It is exactly what it is. It's the sister campsite to Ausable Chasm, which is just across the street. So they kind of go hand in hand. We wouldn't want to stay here any longer than a weekend because we went to Ausable Chasm and we were there for about 4 hours and we were done. And so any longer than that, it just wouldn't, overall, we'd probably be pretty bored. There is a lake or a river about 3 miles down the road, they told us, that you could go swimming, but there is no lake or river that's right here as well. They do have some hiking trails, which is cool. And we did do a hike on Friday night when we did show up here. And of course, we had fires as well. And a fire, of course, is a staple to any camping that you can do. But again, it's just exactly what it is. It's a small campground that is connected to Ausable Chasm across the street. So on Saturday, we actually walked across the street to the chasm because, again, like we said previously in this video, the campsite is right across the street, so it was easy for us to just walk right over rather than drive across. Right here is the gift shop / cafe / ticket area. And so in here we're able to get our tickets to get into the chasm itself with the guided tours. Here's a store here. The prices are actually quite reasonable on the t-shirts and the hats, to be honest with you. There's the cafe. We ended up getting lunch there later on in the day. So, I mean, it's very, very nice here for a place up in the Adirondacks like this. It's kind of rustic looking, which you would expect up in the Adirondack area. And it actually had a little museum off to the side here where you can go in and look at some of the history of Ausable Chasm itself. Ticket number 404 and 400 is up there on the clock, so pretty soon we will be coming up. Getting our tickets. So we're gonna do the Explorer Trail then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, with the suspension bridges. Walking to find a guide who will take us on our little excursion today at Ausable Chasm. It's actually very well organized in there with the number system. In order to get down into the chasm, you had to walk down a flight of stairs right down the side of the cliff. It wasn't all that challenging because you just had to walk down, not like it was at Niagara Falls. If you happen to catch that video that we went to about a month ago, those steps were stone steps at Niagara Falls. In order to get down to Whirlpool Rapids hike, you had to go down those stone steps and then back up them, which was up the side of the cliff as well. This, again, wasn't, we didn't have to go back up those to get out. You'll see as the video goes on. But you'll see a picture of this so you can actually see exactly how steep those steps were down the side of that cliff. Ausable Chasm is a majestic 2-mile-long gorge made up of 500-million-year-old sandstone, which has provided for area tourism, recreation, and industry for nearly 200 years. The chasm was formed by glacial activity along faults in the Earth's bedrock, creating cliffs, caves, and other rock formations. Bridges and trails have long span chasm walls, providing spectacular views of the geographic formations. Elephant's Head, with the appearance of an elephant's trunk, is one such natural rock formation. There's a suspension bridge right there too.
Alright guys, so while we're down here, you see this little tripwood barrier. You stay on the inside of that so that nobody gets hurt, okay?
Got it.
Guys, we'll be crossing this bridge here, so no running or jumping while you're on it. And we're going to take it about 5 people at a time, so the first 5 will be cross the lane.
You got me?
I tried. I got
Alright
caught your head
everyone. So this is called Jacob's Well. Look at how it swirls right down in there too. Just like, oh, look at that, there's money. I got it.
I want to go in there.
Here's Sanaya. Sanaya, for a quarter. Grammy, you want to toss a quarter in?
It doesn't say like I'm
The sound of the water brings peace and tranquility to me, just like it does when I'm sitting next to the ocean. I love to hear the sounds of the ocean, particularly at the beaches of Wildwood, New Jersey, that Tara and I and my family love. Been there many times. It's just so very peaceful to listen to the sounds of the water. The highlight of the trip was the boats, these rubber boats that we took to go down the river. It was actually pretty cool. I did get some really nice video of us going down the river, but I had to stop when we hit the rapids because I would have definitely lost my phone in the water. And of course my paddle. One of the kids that was in the boat with us actually lost his paddle, so we were short one paddle, and we had to help to paddle in order to stay away from rocks and all that kind of stuff and keep us going. But it certainly was the highlight of the trip. No, we did okay. I wouldn't want to be in that line right now.
You want a guide up there?
No, he's alright.
That made us lighter. That's why we beat that other boat. Yeah.
Dive in the front of him. No.
He said no.
He's gotta get a bit up to get up. Yeah. That was, look at how the whirlpool is.
Ausable Chasm actually had a rim trail that we could walk on, and while we were walking on it, we ran into the Elephant's Head, which was actually kind of cool. At the end of the boat ride, you catch a trolley back to the visitor center. In the visitor center, they have a cafe, and we had lunch there. The food was a little pricey, but it's to be expected in the summertime at places like this. Later that evening, to fill the day up, we decided to take a ride into the Olympic Village of Lake Placid. It's a really nice little town. Haven't been there in many, many years, so it was great to go back in there and see that. Oh, look at that. Well, there's definitely a lot of pizza places here, honey. Oh, look at those houses over there, hon.
Lake house. Those are lake houses, right?
Yep. Wow. I'm down to 15%. We had dinner and drinks at a place called the Upstairs Grill. That right there is a Delmonico steak with gorgonzola cheese on it. It was really, really expensive, but the food there was actually really good. So there you have it. That's our trip to Ausable Chasm and Campground in August of 2021. Like I explained, the trip up the Northway was extremely beautiful. The Adirondack Mountains have a lot to offer for sure. Lots of lakes, fishing, tons of wildlife, just beautiful. And in the fall, the trip up 87 is gorgeous, and Tara and I have already been talking about taking a nice trip up there overnight, maybe driving up towards the Canadian border and back down Route 9, grabbing a room somewhere, some dinner. That's probably something that we'll do probably around mid to the end of October. Like I explained, the campground itself was really small, had no water there. The pool was very small, no splash pad for the kids. There wasn't a ton of amenities there, but again, it's the sister campground to Ausable Chasm, and it serves its purpose. And at $50 a night, you really can't go wrong. So for 2 nights, we really did enjoy ourselves, and we had electric and we had sewer, so overall it was pretty good. We had our fires, and Tara cooked on the Blackstone, which she does love. Ausable Chasm itself was fun, but we got that done in right around 4 hours. The boat ride was awesome. Just some of the walks down through there, some of the beauty of the chasm itself was really, really great. The trolley ride was really, really cool as well. That boat ride was great. I got some decent video, but again, I couldn't take any video on the rapids. I definitely would have lost my cell phone in the water. But overall, the trip really was a lot of fun, and I'm really, really glad that we did it. I know our granddaughter, Sanaya, really, really enjoyed herself, and we just wanted to get her out again before school starts in a couple of weeks so she could get out and have some fun. So I want to thank you for checking out our channel and for watching this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, please leave those, especially in particular to the Adirondack Mountains that I asked about in the video earlier. And we would love it if you would subscribe, because, again, we put these videos out there to show you what we've done and seeing if you guys would like to do that as well. And we're hoping that we'd be a positive impact on some of the trips that you guys would want to take as a family.